They said dead chain, I said late and cold. Dormant's note waiting on the next payload. All that doubt, just data compressed. Steadily dreaming in a silver chest. Hash rate hum like prophecy tone. Ghost in the ledger, reclaiming the throne. Patience, Macaulay, contemplations. Now the current wave. Watch what it choose. Ghost chain glow, the block time sing. Every old doubt turning mission spring. Faith don't fade, it will compound slow. Resurrection running in the proof of soul flow. They wrote the obit, I wrote the code. Testament.
Hey, what's up, PD?
Spike fire, migration complete.
How's it going, sir?
They talk trends, I talk thermodynamics. Conviction exponential, belief mechanics.
Yeah. Goes in accumulation, talking decimals and size. Vol surface folding inward while conviction multiplies. Beta traders chase noise, I chase duration. Confidence curve tighter than the Fed's narration. Every candle a confession, every wick a scar. Patience price cheap.
I'm just trying to load this stream here. It's like not loading my chat. One sec.
Breakout my flood. Stillness got momentum when you stretch it long. Quiet turns kinetic, that's the repricing song.
Not much is happening. As kind of expected over the weekend. It's just telling to me that there's not, traditional finance is like driving prices of crypto. There's not much broad participation, and hasn't been since 2022 when I started noticing this, like CME gap always closing. I started noticing this like at the very start of the cycle. I think the weekend volatility is going to be back soon. Like all we've seen so far is just scam manipulations over the weekend where liquidity's thin. Hola, UV star. PD, you're stacking lights daily? That's sounds smart. I haven't checked much today. I honestly don't think much has changed. We'll have to wait till at least tomorrow when futures markets open. Why do I have sweep pulled up? Yeah, it looks about the same. It is practically the same as yesterday. We're basically at the lower than the average open interest we've had during consolidation periods, and Litecoin's not even seen a move this whole cycle, so I expect that to rise eventually. Needs a trade yeah, traditional finance green light. Seems like it. Or just this, organic compression finally can break. I feel like our best odds, as long as this trend continues against altcoins, is this coming week to break out. I don't know whether that means a lot of these like start falling or if Litecoin actually breaks out in USD terms. Because I was just thinking about it today. It's crazy how much how many proof of stake altcoins there are now. Like it's so saturated, and how would there be enough demand to pump all of those to all-time highs? But yeah, this looks terrible. It like it wasn't even strong enough to bounce back off of this trend line it broke down from. Major like signs of distribution in this range. But there's a lot of the macro guys that were like heavily positioned in it. I don't know why you'd be positioned in a brand new chain that rallied like 20x from the lows. Well, it was like 15. And a lot of these others don't look that much better. I actually take that back. Some of the 21 cycle winners look fine, but still they've got so much more resistance from 21 cycle buyers. I was looking at polymarket odds as well. I think the odds decreased for Litecoin after the government shutdown. It was at 98%. 83 is still likely. They're all trading the same way. Litecoin dominance is interesting here. Looks exactly like XRP BTC. I don't know, we keep having these fractals that look nearly the same in structure that end up not playing out, but kind of identical here. Had this like grinding lower on the pair before that expansion. So we'll see. It looks pretty good to me. I think we're gonna get a chance this week. I'm so tired today. So I'll probably be here for like an hour. I slept like 2 hours last night. Yeah, like some of these, like CVX looks like sweet to me. Although not confirmed by volume. Maybe I should post the stream on X. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Zcash now back down at 4,000 transactions a day. We've never... I was trying to look through similar setups to Litecoin where it's compressed against the dollar and against the whole crypto market, or at least the broad altcoin market, and I couldn't find anything that had compressed so tightly against the dollar and against altcoins. What's up, Bitcoin Trasher? Yeah, I'm just a little tired today, but I'm good. Hope you're doing well as well. Just kind of bored right now on a Saturday, 6 o'clock. It's going to be an interesting week this coming week here for altcoins. And Litecoin specifically. Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening to that. There's a lot, yeah. But I haven't released like all the stuff I like the most. Well, I like the Litecoin themed music. That should be on there. Some of it. But I was waiting for us to break out to release what I thought was the best. Yeah, honestly, I just started creating music when I decided to start streaming last year. Because I couldn't find anything to play that was like copyright free or whatever. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was thinking the goal of this was to one, tell a story, and two, match the emotional tones that people have gone through in this community, as well as like what I thought we'd experience on a breakout, which I still think will be on par with some of the top performing alts of prior cycles or greater. What's up, Master? Alright, let's check it out. Post it. Yeah, I don't know on the short-term time frame. We could come back and touch the lows, but we sold off so hard with you know, such a there's not that much there's almost no risk of a liquidation event. It's just confidence kind of got shaken up. Alright, I'm pulling up Master's post. Oh, is this on Elon's? The L. I don't know how you see this stuff. Yeah, the wick was psycho on Binance. The volume here is crazy. Coinbase didn't have that happen. Yeah, I see the L. I think this was just lower time frame distribution. We really just need some catalyst to. It seems like Litecoin's gonna break out against the rest of the market, and you know, if Bitcoin rolls over here, alts could tank again harder, but maybe Litecoin holds up. It's holding up against Bitcoin better than the dollar. Do I think Bitcoin's in a distribution pattern? I don't know, it just kind of looked like the schematic. I think you need more than just price action. You need like volume confirmation, but kind of makes it look like that. Where you had bearish divergence here in on balance volume. See what it looks like on the lower time frames. Yeah, it doesn't look that great to me from a technical perspective, but it can change quickly. I don't know. I still think this just makes me think like Bitcoin's gonna go sideways for a while, at least. But I don't really have a strong opinion. Best is coming soon. Hell yeah, Dewey. Eventually. We don't know when. Let's check Zcash because Litecoin's been falling by about 2 months. Did Zcash start rallying against Bitcoin when it broke out? It just kind of rallied on that Bitcoin rally, but it was the only altcoin that did. So it was sort of moving on its own. Like it started rallying on the downtrend in Bitcoin and broke above. It started to break higher as Bitcoin was bottoming, so. We just need like a ETF approval announcement or some catalyst to break us out of this range. What's up, Luke Skywalker? Yeah, Litecoin's one of the few altcoins that didn't. I don't really take those wicks serious. It's like it's the most rare event we've ever seen in crypto. 10x bigger than the FTX crash. I would just take the close, like eliminate the wick and use this for price structure. At least for that type of event. So it still looks good, and the most compelling thing right now to me is just all the pair charts, but I don't know whether that means if we are able to continue this rally and break out, it should be pretty strong. Like honestly, the only other people forget, Litecoin showed a lot of relative strength back here. It was actually its strongest relative move against alts, but it's been so long now that people have forgotten about it. Right, this move at the bottom in 2022, I think it actually bottomed before Bitcoin did and had a higher low. You could equate it to pre-halving rally, but there could be, you know, some other catalyst that people associate to Litecoin gaining relative strength and breaking out here. Your friend lost 2 million? Damn. Yeah, I think Tony the Bull is similar. I don't know in the nominal amount, but he had a leverage position for a while, and it got blown up. Like he was probably building his position, maybe even back here or at the lows, and then just immediately all those gains wiped away, and whatever initial capital he put in, that sucks. It really does suck. I think there definitely were way more losses than ever in crypto for anyone that was leverage trading. But that hurts. I luckily exited my leverage positions back here. It's like dodging so many fucking like mines in the cryptocurrency space that you have to dodge. Like every crypto lender is bound to blow up. All the DeFi stuff is bound to blow up. Hacks, exchanges blowing up, someone wrench attacking you in person. Saw some scary posts about us chopping around until 2028. I just don't see how that's possible. Well, I guess there is a scenario. Anything is possible. That to me would mean like the speculative bull market is over for everything. The top is in, and Litecoin's one of the few that goes sideways during the bear market and continues to show like strength on the monetary adoption side, and then it eventually results in a price increase. I mean, assuming that demand holds and the market will eventually notice the relative strength in Litecoin. So I think, honestly, I think the whole space is going to invert eventually from rampant gambling on proof of stake Ponzi's to proof of work monies. If Litecoin was Wall Street's baby, when would be the most beneficial for them to unleash it? I mean, they'd probably want to get as many coins as possible. Those people don't care how long it takes because they're not like normal people. Right. If you're in like a strong financial position and you have high income, it literally doesn't matter. I think there are some people that can wait forever or for a very long time, whereas most retail crowd like needs it, and they might know that, right? So they can drain people out during this extended consolidation. I don't really believe that there's that, that's likely. It would be hard for me to imagine that nobody though has noticed it. Because unlike most cryptocurrencies, this has a very easy correlation to spot and see what its catalyst for growth is. But I also know that even smart people are trained to just overlook it. But I know the danger in mistaking consolidation for weakness. It's just human nature, I guess. Human psychology is like that. Like to me, it kind of makes sense to ignore Dogecoin. It'd be very hard to predict that we'd have meme coins before they existed. And I know Doge isn't inherently a meme, but it rallied on meme energy. Your IRL's never heard of it? Oh, nice. Honest, honestly, like, it seems to me like the mass retail crowd came in 2021. And then not many people have come uh, this cycle, except for like extreme degen meme coin guys. I just think they're not gonna get that. How do you get another 2021 style? Hold on. 2021 style like proof of stake coin season. I do think money will flow into crypto en masse, and the total market cap will rally, and Bitcoin can rally to even from here. Although short term it looks a little bit weird. But I do think it's going to be concentrated, I think, in all the things that most people don't own. And obviously, I think Litecoin will be the primary beneficiary. Yeah, the 3-month is dumb. There's I feel like even more compression against altcoins. Like the volatility is less because they all move down against the dollar kind of together. But this type of compression looks way stronger to me than the dollar on the same time frame. Master, you should look through charts, see if you've ever seen anything consolidate against others, and you know, most altcoins in tight of a range as this at the same time as the compression against the dollar. I tried to look and I couldn't find anything. There's nothing that's gone sideways for 4 years like this in crypto. One moon. I don't know, Nick. Can we moon I feel like there's a decent chance we break out this week against altcoins, but I don't know if that translates to much against the dollar. The most opportune time is the next 2 weeks. On the 3-day, like the start of this week or November. You know the rule, the longer the base, the higher in space. It doesn't have to always apply. Like long, but it does most of the time in this cryptocurrency market. And given the organic fundamental strength plus upcoming catalysts, I think will be I wonder how much, like the length of compression, if you take the unique cryptocurrency like multiplier, because it moves way faster. But like length of compression and degree of volatility compression, like how much those two variables like average affect the multiple expansion out of the range. I was trying to ask AI tools, but they suck at doing that. Because there's two unique things here. Extremely long time frame of compression and extremely low volatility within that long compression for crypto. Usually these things will like make lower lows or grind up and then come down. It's never happened where we've just gone straight sideways. Like even Dogecoin, it was. The only thing really similar is a lot of the cryptocurrencies in 2015, but that was only 2 years. But it is kind of interesting, like the parallels on the fundamental, like speculative side, like the speculative adoption catalyst, because 2015 to like March 2017 was like the ramp up of Coinbase and some of these exchanges where you could bring in a lot of people in a short amount of time. Because before then there was like not much exchange infrastructure and limited coins available on those exchanges. But now we're kind of seeing, right, like people said the 2017 cycle is structurally the same. And like, yeah, we have Donald Trump as president again. Political stuff is similar. You know, like dollar chart is similar. Expectation of like future inflation is similar. But what's also the most similar or unique to crypto is that you're getting a select few altcoin ETFs that can bring in a proportionally, similar like buy interest. Even though the market cap's higher, like the relative size of pools of capital that can buy into select altcoins like Litecoin is probably very similar to the amount of difference between retail capital that could get exposure versus when these this like casino exchange infrastructure was finally like ready for them to be onboarded. If you understand what I'm saying. Because here it took like no money to move prices, and once momentum caught hold, it was very easy for people to sign up and move funds into crypto. Well, it's kind of the same now on the like institutional side and ETF side. It's just interesting. I had to sell so much Litecoin the last few years. But don't you guys think it is relatively similar? Not just the technical structure, but like the fact that there were very few altcoins listed on exchanges initially. Like Coinbase just had Bitcoin, ETH, and Litecoin. That's part of the reason why this pumped. And now similarly, this has gone through max absorption. It's very illiquid, and it's going to be one of the few altcoins that I think buyers of ETFs would feel comfortable in. I just want to be able to buy some permanent place where I can make my own food. Prepare for the end game. Maybe an apartment. Boomer coin, but think about it, right? Even if you were ignoring charts, but I think we have confluence with the charts. But it's like the structural similarities are similar, and the fact that there's going to be instantly a huge amount of capital that suddenly has exposure, and once price goes up, it's just reflexive, and it takes so little money to move it. I really think we're gonna get, I kind of think, like a lot of what drove ETH here was this low, such a deep correction was what drove interest, and there was a lot of rotation within the ETFs from Bitcoin to ETH. I think we can see the same thing. People diversifying out of Bitcoin. Yeah, it every time is different, and I think that's true, but it's like there are explanations for price. Like there are obviously like a ton of variables, but some that impact price way more. Charting, I feel like for competent traders is the best way to have to do the least amount of work and like interpret uh, possible most likely future scenarios based on aggregate like market data. But I also think it's possible to foresee things without reliance just on charts. Well, it's Cowan. I don't think anyone can really affect the market, but now that he has a lot of people watching him, people following him, he might be wrong. I think he's going to be wrong about the top and selling everything in Q4. What up, just me? Yeah, I think the bottom's in. Sorry, shoot, I didn't see your question. Well, definitely I think the bottom made by these wicks was the low. In my opinion, it's the same. Like I think there's a really good chance Litecoin's gonna break through here against all these alt pairs. I mean, this type of high volatility before, major move has happened, like this type of compression before larger moves up. That's what I think we're seeing right here. We're just nearing the end of this range with decreasing volatility and a kind of parabolic move up. Despite the huge crash, we recovered pretty quickly. This week's going to be interesting for sure. Maybe it retests the lows. 'Cause, 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 Where did others bottom at? 230 billion. Confident that if this kind of like ascending triangle type structure holds, the length we spend hovering around the lows is going to be shorter in time than this. It's weird. Litecoin had this super complex correction and now compressing. 2.5 years of straight sideways, respecting horizontal support and resistance, and now it's like, I don't know, basically ascending triangle. Would it be too easy if this called the top again? It's done it last 2 cycles, and it would happen in March, April. Alright, see you, Nick. I also hope Bitcoin dominance dies. Let's listen to this.
Pressure don't make a sound till it cracks on. Yeah. Yeah. Whole market been holding its call. Ain't dead, just pause. Like God, his style. Everybody left when it got too calm. I stayed, I learned what quiet cost. Yeah. Ain't no hype, just hums in the basement. Block stack slow like patience. Charge flat line, but my faith in it. I'm used to the room getting vacant. They laugh when you build and it drop till they need what you build to get out. Pressure don't warn you, it whispers. One tick, then the whole thing flips. Now I've been tucked in the calm too long. Can feel the wall start singing songs. Yeah. They don't see heat till it fall they lands. They don't see the flash till it's gone. Yeah, pressure point we close. Whole world leaning on its post. You can call it still, I call it low. Oh, 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 oh. Quiet got me froze. They scroll past proof like ads. Call faith delusion. Call time sad, but time stack stats. I watch the math and pressure build when nobody asks. Yeah. Yeah, keep saying it's over. That's cool. Even the grave can hold breath before the shoulder twitch. Pressure point, and the twitch just hit.
Everyone's watching the wrong chart. They stare at the surface. Numbers dancing, candles flickering, thinking that's where truth lives. But the signal's not there. never is. The movement they're chasing was written somewhere else first, in structure, in imbalance, in the core. Everyone was trained to believe didn't matter. They mistake stillness for death, they mistake noise for proof. But the real chart, the one that matters, ain't the one they screenshot. It's the one underneath, the one no one tracks. The story's already been told, just not where they're looking. And when the break comes,
Nice, I've gotten
unpredictable.
12 cents
It's the opposite.
from my music streams. Hell yeah.
It isn't a pump. It's a permanent structural change that'll reverberate.
It'd be crazy if we got at all-time highs by the end of the month. I think it takes 2 weeks once, at least, kind of like Zcash did.
Beyond the house's vision.
We went 8 years to see a 100x move in 3 months. Worth
By
it.
the time they see it, it won't be a chart anymore. It'll be law.
It was never chance.
So many 1-2, 1-2s.
Time don't move, it loads. Built from pressure, that code don't show. 8 years deep, not a
1-2, 1-2, 1-2.
Hand steady while the thesis grows. They call that a break. I call that sink. I see their walls starting to shrink. Charts twitch first before the systems know. Now you hear compression. It's the show. Every pause was fuel in disguise. Every doubt was proof I was right. Now they watching frames.
Let's get this wave. 3 of 3 of 3.
It was never chance, it was cash. Pressure cooking symmetry. Hold the line, compress time. Whole arc hit instantly. It was never chance, it was cash. Year stacked in vacancy. No countdown, no warning sign. Just boom, compressed time.
What do you guys think we can do in viewer numbers if Litecoin does move like this? And what should I improve? I'm obviously just hanging out right now. But I'm thinking of doing the 24/7 stream again. I think I have enough content in playlist, but I'll probably just keep the price chart up all the time and keep either an ambient scene or video playing.
Just boom, compressed time.
The fuse is lit 8 years ago. Not tonight. Not last month. 8 years. You didn't see the spark because real ignition don't flash. It lights before the narratives exist. Burn.
Like and sub team. I think everyone here is probably subscribed.
They kept asking.
But yeah, if you're not, please do that. Helps.
It ain't
Helps me out.
Every delay was a part of the burn. The longer the fuse burn, the bigger the
Like
damnation.
concept team.
And I needed it long. Needed it long. Needed it slow. Needed every inch of silence to soak in disbelief. You call it failure. I call it architecture. Each year, another layer of smoke under the floor. Each doubt, another inch of powder line in the path. 8 years of burn. 8 years of maybe later. 8 years if you fell off. I didn't fall. I was following the fuse. Now, listen close. That sound you hear ain't time running out. It's truth catching up. The fuse is gone now. All that's left is what it was leading to.
You're so tired you almost fell asleep. I'm so tired too. I slept like 2 hours yesterday. I just am drinking coffee. But I haven't been this tired in a long time.
They keep talking like it's sudden. Like I ain't at the blast radius 5 winters back. Like I ain't right to cold bury it under their arrogance. You don't set detonation, you schedule it. Yeah, this ain't luck, it's latency. Every L was latency. Watch the noise, took notes on the symmetry. Now the pattern.
The only thing that makes sense is you work backwards. I always just work forwards from... I can't, my mind just works that way. I know... I know that on the fundamental side, total network, total volume on the network extent is what's going to create the floor price. Over the long term, and then like velocity, you know, how the future expected demand of the money, like it's stable enough, people will not spend it right away. So there's like two things to consider there, and I know Litecoin is not doing a ton in total network volume, but it has a high user base, and there's a path for it, a likely path for it to steal a chunk of Bitcoin's market share. But I also think if you overlay the macro context onto here, and I was assuming blow off like 2017, you know, if that's correct, then all of those things should trigger, and it should be like a chain reaction, like a 10 to 30x increase in organic network volume, or more. And then shift in psychology, sentiment, total change in valuation under like future expected value for Bitcoin and Litecoin at a time when it's gone sideways for anything for longer than anything in crypto. So who knows if all those assumptions come true, really just the macro blow off, and I think everything else would trigger. Then yeah, I think we could go to all-time highs in BTC terms, like 0.1. By April.
playfully. Perfect pitch, perfect time.
Which song? I just saw your comment.
Just reminded. Never chase nothing, I designed it.
You mean? Yeah, I like the chorus
They busy guessing, I'm drum them till you wide in the frame. All these kings
from
look
here.
safe till you light up the chain. Pressure never broke me, bait me. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map, not a room glow white, detonate. Pressure never broke me, bait me. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map, not a room glow white, detonation. 8 years of still hands, one line of code. You can hear the hum if you ever slow. Whole system built on borrowed hope. I just fed the truth to the circus smoke. They love to worship what they don't use. Talk conviction can't pay dues. I don't shout, I let proof move. Now the walls echo what I drew. Pressure never broke me, baby. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated. Every pause, pin in the map, not a room glow white, detonate. Pressure never broke me, baby. They thought it was quiet, I was calibrated.
What's up, Matt D?
Every pause, pin
You hiked 22 miles today?
glow white, detonate.
Nice, MK.
Funny thing about
Trying to build up to 84. That'd be crazy. Hike 84 miles. Do it for Litecoin.
I call it long. This is what patience sounds like when it finally talks.
I like this one and the first. Not the intro here or the first verse,
It's that
but
part where nobody talking, but you still hear it breathing. Pressure don't make a sound till it cracks out.
yeah, I made this a long time ago for
Yeah. Whole market been holding its call.
this whole album's
Ain't
called
dead, just
Detonation.
paused, like
I
God
wanted
stopped.
to.
Everybody left when it got too calm. I stayed, I learned what
I
quiet
need price to go
caused.
up.
Yeah, ain't no hype, just hums in the
Release
basement.
it.
Block stack slow like patience, charge flat line, but my faith in it, I'm used to the room getting vacant. They laugh when you build and the drop till they need what you build to get out. Pressure don't warn you, it whispers. One tick, then the whole thing flips. Now I've been tucked in the calm too long. Yeah, can feel the walls start singing songs. Yeah, they don't see heat till it fall they lands. They don't see the flash till it's gone. Yeah, pressure point, we close. Whole world leaning on its post. You can call it still, I call it low. Oh, 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 oh. Quiet, don't be froze. They scroll past proof like ads. Call faith delusion.
240-mile ultra marathon.
Stack stats. I watch the math and pressure build when
Is that even
nobody
good for
asks.
you if you run that much?
Yeah, keep saying it's over.
At some point, doesn't it become detrimental?
That's cool.
All the like
Even a
marathon
great
runners in the
shoulder
Olympics
twitch.
always look
Pressure
unhealthy
point.
to me.
And the twist just hit.
My cat wants me to hold him right now. Alright, buddy. Come here.
Everyone's watching the wrong chart.
How many people can I
They
bring
stare
in?
at
I think
the
I can
surface.
bring in like four.
Numbers
don't know.
dancing, candles flickering.
I think I can bring in as many
thinking
people
that's
as I
where truth
want.
lives. But the signal's not there. It never is. The movement they're
Yeah, it'd be cool to
chasing
have groups.
was written somewhere
here.
else first. In structure, in imbalance, in the core. Everyone was trained to believe didn't matter. They mistake stillness for death. They mistake noise for proof. But the real chart, the one that matters, ain't the one they screenshot. It's the one underneath, the one no one tracks. The story's already been told, just not where they're looking. And when the break comes, they'll call it unpredictable. It's the opposite.
Yeah, I used to do like some cross country running, but I always hated it.
It isn't
Now I
a
don't mind. Like as I got older, I
It's a
didn't mind running
permanent
far
structural
distances. It was like
change
way
that'll
easier for me.
reverberate everywhere,
In college, I used to
all
run
at
a lot.
once. A move too deep for traders
But I'd rather
beyond
bike
the
now
house's vision.
and
Built
just do
between
like
the
strength
lines,
training.
not above them.
Usually just like
And
superset
by the time
everything.
they see it, it won't be a chart anymore.
And I haven't worked out in a long time. I
It'll
was
be
really
law.
strong for a few times in the last couple of years. But I think I look and feel way physically healthier if I'm not just doing cardio all the time.
It was cash. Time don't
Yeah, somebody
move, it
stole my
loads.
bike.
Built from pressure, that
I've had my
code
bike,
don't show.
like nice bike,
8
stolen
years deep,
twice.
now the calm explode. Hand steady while the
Then I had
thesis
this
grows. They
e-bike
call
thing
that a
in Puerto
break.
Rico, and
I
I got
call that
stolen.
sync. I see their walls starting to shrink. Charts twitch first before the systems know. Now you hear compression. It's the show. Every pause was fuel in the sky.
There's like sophisticated bike thieves every place I lived in. Apparently it's like one of the easiest high value things to steal. Had this really nice trek bike. And then one day I didn't have it anymore. To me, like some of these alts look stronger than Bitcoin. So even can we finally get a breakout? I think if we do get a breakout in some alts or Litecoin, hopefully just Litecoin by itself, people will get bored with other things and just buy it because it starts trending. Then we can sell the narrative. Or not necessarily sell it, but tell people, the honest view. That's why I created this one, narrative supply. You just do a 10-kilometer run, that's nice. It's like 6 miles, Prefer the heat, yeah.
Supply exhausted, belief the new mint. Narrative liquid, I bottle the print. Every bar collateral, value implied. Vol curve flat, but conviction applied. Liquidity chase story like
A lot of people like running in Manhattan, like the city.
I price emotion and implied demand. The crowd by the myth for they understand.
I'd rather run in the nature.
Mark up emotion, discount grace. When talk become flow, volume climb high, liquidity born from the words we supply.
I like winter running because you don't sweat, as long as it's dry. But not freezing. Like I grew up in Wyoming, and when the air's like super dry and it's freezing cold, it hurts. I remember my lungs like hurting.
Sell hope, I sold observation. Now the faith curve rising, reaccumulation. Story is the spread, truth the base. Mark up emotion, discount grace. When talk become flow, volume climb high, liquidity born from the words we supply. La, da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Liquidity isn't money, it's meaning. Narrative fill the order book of feeling.
patience in a raw eye. Each word another reason, the price to fight. Da, 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 da.
Fee curves rise, pressure make pilgrims cost too high. They look for the rhythm. Congestion the preacher, scarcity the song. Every chain a command, learn to
Let's watch this guy. I saw someone tweet about this.
Cheaper blocks, fast.
I don't know who this guy is.
Stable. Litecoin just doesn't really drop, which is brilliant. Akshay likes it. I thought that was a brilliant tweet. I thought that was fantastic. Litecoin Inter for the win. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You know, Litecoin's doing pretty good. I think Litecoin's kind of like silver. I think Litecoin's another one that, you know, hasn't really popped yet. Hasn't really had a chance in a very, very long time. It kind of gets laughed at a little bit. But, you know, I mean, this thing's obviously not gonna, you know, like, die. I mean, by the way, like, not many people are even aware of this, but, you know, Litecoin, if we go ahead and refresh CMC right here, where is Litecoin right now in terms of market cap? Look at that, it's number 20. It's got a $7 billion market cap, number 20. It's slightly ahead of Shiba by about $1 billion. And it's behind Bcash, Stellar, Sui, Avalanche. I mean, the fact that Litecoin held on this long is pretty impressive. Now, I need to look at the fundamentals to see if it's actually worthy of investing, but just going off the technicals, it's it looks incredible. I mean, it just looks like XRP before XRP pumped. Remember? Let me show you that. Let me show you XRP very well. I love
this guy walking
Litecoin.
on a treadmill.
I love Litecoin, man. I love it. Litecoin is like, how I feel about a Litecoin. Litecoin is it's like a 911 from like, it's like a 911 Turbo S from like 2013. That's how I feel about Litecoin. We got Uncle saying Litecoin is super fast to send between wallets. Look, I don't doubt that, but what I'm wondering is it fast? Is it fast because it's good, or is it fast because nobody uses it? That's an important question.
It's pretty cool. He's walking. He got a stream set up, standing desk, and a treadmill underneath.
Same chart. XRP
it's
pump,
the future.
Litecoin potential pump.
Maybe he's powering the lights behind him.
I don't know if that's gonna work out this way, but I definitely think that, you know, Litecoin is at an interesting place, and it really, really does remind me of silver. But we do go back to precious metals here, and this is absolutely crazy. $29.95 trillion market cap for gold. It's going to hit $30 trillion potentially, maybe today, maybe I'll do all that good stuff. But yeah, these coins looking pretty good. I think Litecoin looks like one of those coins that haven't popped off yet. I've been saying this for a couple of months. Litecoin is slow. I've bought it or not gonna sell it until it plays silver.
Litecoin's gonna be the silver bullet, guys. It's gonna be fast. But that's cool. People are noticing it. It's just, it's so, like, it's a perfect representation of just like disinterest, and it's like the chartists and technical analysts are kind of seeing it. But there's nobody that realizes, he didn't even know it's the strongest proof of work chain in terms of monetary adoption by far. Right, and it's not even that makes me bullish. It's the fact that it's the second Bitcoin chain. And can, you know, double in transactions, but potentially short order, but move up 10x in total network volume sent. Like, nobody really sees that. He has to, like, defend it at the start, saying, yeah, I know people laugh at it. And I feel like I have to do the same thing, because it's like, negative social conditioning. That's crazy because it doesn't exist for a lot of the meme coins. It doesn't exist for a lot of the L2 credit layer tokens on Ethereum that have really small total addressable market caps potential. Like it's crazy, but that's kind of the state of crypto. They're all gonna be forced to watch though. We're gonna force them. Their eyes will not be able to look away. And I think, just like this guy, I don't know what he said about Litecoin in the past. I have no idea who he is, but I'm imagining people just totally flipping. Like I wrote in that. That's how I made the song, that Gaslight Gatekeep Ghost Shanglo. Because the influencers will have to like save face.
I've always liked Litecoin.
Yeah, I tweeted about it in 2017.
So I need to reply to these
It's
new
basically Bitcoin, right?
guys that come in after the breakout. We need to spam all their replies with this.
They called it ghost, said it was toast, called it slow, a boomer's post. Now it's running, now it's hot.
He did call it
Funny
slow.
how that memory rots. They said no devs, they said it's dead, but now they tweeting what we said. Screenshots gone, takes a raise. Now they want that silver taste. Gaslight, gatekeep, ghost chain glow. You can fake roots, but they still show. Flip flop fast when the price says go, but we been here, thought you should know. Gaslight, gatekeep, ghost chain burn.
But yeah, I tried to think about all of these things in advance. And it'd be cool if it aligns well. Like the Sailor stuff, even though I got no attention for it at least yet. Like the fact that he had a Bitcoin Treasury conference and the auditorium room was identical to the one I animated was pretty crazy. And if all these influencers' responses is kind of in alignment with what I put in this, it'd be hilarious. Gatekept, then gaslit.
You don't hold, you just flip. We don't need you in the clip. Gaslight, gatekeep, ghost chain rise. We stayed low, now touch the skies. You missed out, now switch your stance now. This ain't your second dance. Gaslight, gatekeep, we don't chase. Whole chain built on quiet grace. While you spin your viral bit, we just hold and never quit.
Yeah, be careful of people who obfuscate the truth. True, like Sailor. Make things sound
Grace, I seen Wallace
much
walk
better than
like
they
rivers
are.
downstream, liquidity, find freedom through broken dream flows, move where friction decline. Users chase peace, not the headline. Migration ain't hype, it's design. You can feel the current cross the line. Bandwidth burn, so the faithful migrate. Gas fees gatekeep, they exit create. Markets just water, remembering it's slope. Utility to gravity, narrative the rope. I don't force motion, I narrate its drift. Ghost chain current, silent uplift. When one layer choke, the next one breathe. The economy evolve like the tide beneath. Flows move where friction decline. Users chase peace, not the headline. Migration ain't hype, it's design. You
Hey, Fernando.
cross the line.
Fee pressure bursts movement. Liquidity don't die. It redistributes.
Still water runs silver. Old rails fade. New ones deliver.
Oh, da 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 dum bum bum. Oh, da 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 dum bum bum. Oh, da 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 dum bum bum. Oh, da 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 dum bum bum.
I would support Litecoin. Yeah, sure, you got a position, now you're shilling it. Is what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
Narrative liquid, I
That's what they'll all
bottle
say.
every bar collateral, value implied. Vol curve flat, but conviction applied. Liquidity chase story like Mars and heat. Speculators talk faith, algorithms tweet. I price emotion and implied demand. The crowd buy the myth for they understand. Story is the spread, truth the base. Mark up emotion, discount grace. When talk become flow, volume climb high. Liquidity born from the words we supply. Charts don't move till belief compress. Narrative delta fill the emptiness. Media the market make a sentimental bid. Every headline candle just a pyramid. I'm aware I'm the spark in the tape you read. Each verse a trade in collective creed. They said sell hope, I sold observation. Now the faith curve rising reaccumulation. Story is the spread, truth the base. Mark up emotion, discount grace. When talk become flow, volume climb high. Liquidity born from the words we supply. La da 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 da. Da 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 da. Liquidity isn't money, it's meaning. Narrative fill the order book of feeling. Still I rhyme patience in a row wide. Each word another reason the price to fight. Da, 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 da.
Actually, I do think it's interesting that it's always at these point of like crossover in the green and red line for this Ichimoku cloud, where you have the best chance to break through it. We broke down kind of at this thin point, but on I think it's possible we just reverse next week. It's a false breakdown. It's thinnest on the next candle. And it's the same thing on every pair chart too. Seems like the best odds to break through here are the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Energy proportional, pressure to the square. Silence got density, you can feel in the air. Volatility folded, sigma deep in the ground. Every quiet candle just compounding the sound. 8-year coil, no panic, no sweat. Each wick another breath, I ain't spent yet. You can't chop patience, can't fake calm. I built stillness and cold, now I'm loading the bomb. Pressure square, math turn to fate. Still water tense, till the dam vibrate. Pressure square, silence whole weight. When it move it don't drift, it restates. I speak kinetic, market feel my tone. Entropy asleep, dreaming of a throne. Beta boys chase noise, I chase duration. Vol curve flat, hard in meditation. You can measure heat, not belief on chain. Conviction,
We're gonna break out at the end of this month.
pain. That's the calculus of patience, reversion to the mean. Replace the narrative, let the ghost intervene. Pressure square, math turn to faith. Still water tense, till the dam vibrate. Pressure square, silence whole weight. When it move it don't drift,
CS line needs to move up
it restates.
in the next 2
Equation
weeks.
divine, the numbers align. Compressions of prayer in a quantitative shrine. Momentum asleep, variance low. The more it contract, the harder it blow.
Patience ain't passive. It's stored acceleration. You don't chase motion, you become it.
Yeah, even on the 2-week chart, this needs to move back up to the range high, like above 140 on this next 2-week candle, which starts at the end of this month. Yeah, I need to do IRL streams at Times Square. I will. It's not very far from me, so. I just am waiting to. I didn't want to renew my server plus the cell service. It's like $400 until I have, if this channel has decent enough size audience.
Patience was code. Belief was bandwidth. You just didn't have the key yet.
A lot of people are bullish on this, but I was about to run into the range highs here. Bitcoin looks ready to rally against ETH as well. Crazy divergence. We did have this at the prior bottoms. Had it here. Started to see bearish divergence. Mark the top.
When symmetry agree across dimensions, it's not coincidence, it's coherence.
Yeah, this looks good. We got a weekly 9, like deviation below the lows. And this is called the bottom and the top here. Bottom, top. Becoming more convinced that the odds of Litecoin dominating in the next 2 months are extremely high. Yeah, 400 a month is a lot for something that I'm getting, I think, like $100 a month from streaming. Plus, it's a lot of time. So plus the server's like 180 bucks a month, so it's like 580. But I think it'll be worth it eventually. Because if search interest does what I think it will do, along with price, having dominant network effects, which I don't know, you know, there's going to be a lot of competition and people talking about it, but nobody's created anything similar to what I've done, actually ever really in crypto. I don't think there's been like meme songs, but I don't think there's ever been stuff that's more in depth. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it can work because we'll have heightened emotions.
Fee pressure births movement. Liquidity don't die. It redistributes.
I think we see 1,000x increase or more in search interest around Litecoin. I wish we could see absolute numbers.
multiplied. Vol curve flat, but conviction applied. Liquidity chase story like Mars and heat. Speculators talk, faith algorithms tweet. I price emotion and implied demand. The crowd buy the myth for they understand. Story is the spread, truth the base.
Litecoin had more search interest than ETH in 2017.
Liquidity born from the words we supply.
You can see absolute search interest.
Narrative delta fill the emptiness. Media the market make a sentimental bid. Every headline candle just a pyramid. I'm aware I'm the spark in the tape you read.
Oh yeah, this scam like happened in XRP. Yeah, I think it will be kind of like that. How do you see absolute? I'll show your tweet. This is Master's tweet. But how do you see total numbers here?
Liquidity isn't money, it's meaning. Narrative fill the order book of feeling.
Turkmenistan search Litecoin 10 times more than anywhere else.
Still I rhyme patience in a row. Each word another reason, the price to find.
Oh, don't think you can. Alright, Matt, so what are your targets on others here? Upon the break. How many multiples is Bitcoin over others? $8.64. Litecoin should not be considered with in the others category, even though it is right now. Shoot up into the top 10 and it'll be out of there. Others market cap is like 240 billion. I think over time, anything outside the top 10 will trend towards 0, and it'll just get a few dominant chains. Five X what? 5x the total others market cap. I think we can go to 1 trillion from here. 1000x. Oh no, it's 100x. Or 500, 500, 500. So your target is 5? The chart would look so silly. This is master's target. I think it's possible. I think eventually, like over the long term, definitely. But in extreme mania, sure too. If we have extreme congestion, fundamental migration, and everything aligns.
Fee pressure bursts movement. Liquidity don't die, it redistributes.
Still water runs silver. Old rails fade, new ones deliver. Let's trade these suits for sweats. You take that tie right off my chest. I got the red wine you said tastes the best, but it's shit. Let's breathe easy like a breathe right strip.
Pour me a glass of something cheap, 'cause again you left the keys in the Jeep. Throw on that reality show we used to skip, and let's breathe easy like a breathe right strip.
'Cause it's just a little doom walk. We've got Malibu thoughts, what you've been thinking. Nasal passageway clear and crisp, so let's breathe easy like a breathe right strip.
Baby, there's no rush tonight, no wind and dine. Let's get high off red wine and just breathe.
Let's trade these suits for sweats. Pour clot in my glass, take a hit, throw on those sad songs we used to skip. And let's breathe easy like a breathe right strip. 'Cause I miss hearing you talk. Tell me your dreams, what you've been thinking. I miss the taste of your lips, so let's breathe easy like a breathe right strip.
Pour me a glass of something cheap, 'cause again you left the keys in the Jeep. Throw on that reality show we used to skip, and let's breathe easy like a breathe right strip.
What time is it? I don't know. How do you fly a plane? Don't ask me. Are ghosts real or just a show?
didn't go the way that I had hoped it would, but that don't mean that it's gone wrong. The people in the crowd, they just misunderstood what I said, and when I said
Alright, see ya, crypto
it didn't make sense to
anarchism.
them yet, but it
Arcanum.
There's a lot of things in life I don't know yet. I thought I'd have it all by now. There's so much time ahead, but that's not how it feels right now. And it's just not my time. And this truth is not aligned with the present, but it's not wrong. It just happened in a different song.
Alright, see you next time. Appreciate you coming in here all the time. Tuning in. I feel like we should, I don't know what else to do right now. I'm just bored.
It's just not my time. This truth is not aligned with the present, but it's not wrong. It just happened in a different song. I know the plans you have for me. I know the promises you keep. And I've seen the other side, and it's better than here. It just wasn't time. Everything becomes so clear when you focus all your attention
I use the bathroom. I'll be right back, guys.
on the smaller things in life. All the particles in the sky. Zoomed in too far, not seeing things right. I don't know where we are. I don't know where you are. I don't know where I am. Zoomed in too far. I'm not seeing things right. I don't know where we are. I don't know where I am. Zoomed in too far. I'm not seeing things right. I don't know where we are. I don't know where you are. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. seeing things right. I don't know where we are. I don't know where you are. I don't know where I am. Zoomed in too far. I'm not seeing things right. I don't know where we are. I don't know where you are. Zoomed in too far. I'm not seeing things right. I don't know where we are. I don't know where you are. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am.
What's up, Crypto Kobe? Thank you. Appreciate that. Just trying to keep this community engaged a bit. There's not much to really talk about on the weekends as far as price action goes. We can just stare at the chart forever. I don't think it's that relevant. We're just hanging out waiting, and as hopefully we can capture new audiences, search interest goes up, and then from there we can give them the cultural experience and the fundamental macro thesis. That's the goal. But we need the initial network effects because it will compound. So need a breakout move and somehow outcompete the other influencers that cover all the various altcoins. Lowest volatility. How can this go on any longer? What did Zcash get to? Oh, this isn't helpful. To 65. On these Bollinger Bands and Litecoin's at low. The volatility against altcoins at 20 bottomed 2x lower than that, more than that. So twice as compressed.
Walking in a quiet morning, no people, no cars. Analyze, figured it out.
Figure it out.
Don't make
Makes
sense,
sense.
but it's happening now.
But it's about to happen,
Got to
friends.
the point. I thought
I
I
knew
knew all
of the charts said that it's true.
So why can't I get this right? Why can't I get this right?
And again on the USD pair,
Why can't I get this right?
significantly more compressed on all of these time frames, all the higher time frames.
Prophesized all that I've done. Each of my moves match with the stars. Everything's planned
Down to the core.
Yeah, should it be
Anymore.
so? Why can't I get this right? Why can't I get this right?
What he means to say is play Gaslight Gatekeep, Gaslight Gatekeep Ghost Chain.
Studying all night.
Fucking insane.
My notes don't help me see. I charted fate, but not belief. This system folds in silence while I chase meaning in the grief.
Need to release the next one. He's just gotta wait for price.
Pages covered in ink, charts burned into my mind. I've seen this setup before. Why does it feel different this time? So why can't I get this right? Why can't I get this right? Why can't I get this right? I've been studying all night.
Gold and silver are money, everything else is a nothing burger. Money is whatever people use. think it's time we play. I'm hearing a weird sound in my headphones. Thought it was like my water running.
Like it knows. "2:43 a.m. The city is empty, but the lights are still green. Like it's waiting for something. Like it knows. I take the same route.
Gold and silver are money for some people. Some people use them as money. It's not money to me. And I don't think I'd ever use it unless I had to. Unless whatever I wanted to buy like required gold and silver to purchase that thing.
Just the hum, the curve, the climb. Below the highway splits. Tail lights drift like ticker tape red, fading into black. I've seen this pattern before. The stretch of road where no one's supposed to be. But I'm here. Not to get somewhere, but to know
State money is the best money for the people in power. It's always relative to who you ask.
Just alignment.
It's nice if you can tax the whole world.
Brake lights below.
Whatever you want.
People chasing what already moved.
It's a huge advantage.
Here, it's different. No voices. No charts. Just me, the wheel, and that tension you feel. Right before something shifts. You learn to trust that feeling. The one no one else sees. The one you can't prove. That's what conviction is. Not a signal. A silence that only sounds loud when you've trained yourself to hear it. But I keep driving. Because if you feel it now, before the world does, you don't need confirmation.
I'm laying on the middle of my floor right now. It's the meditation before the breakout. Ugh.
3:12 a.m. Nothing's changed. Same lights, same
Every time I lay on the
silence,
ground, my
same
cat
sound.
Charlie jumps on my face. I can't do that.
They call it the dead hours. When even
You
the
get paid in
lawyers
silver and
ask.
gold?
But I like this part.
I think people should get paid on whatever they want to take.
No noise to drown out instinct.
If you want to get
no momentum
taxed,
to fake
it's all up to individual choice.
if you still believe here. Maybe you really believe.
If you still believe here, friends, maybe you really actually do believe.
This is where most people flinch. They need a chart, a crowd, a candle. Me, I wait.
not because I'm certain, because I already decided. That's what belief is. A choice you make in silence, and then you carry it long after it stops.
All contracts in the world are
Feeling good.
settled in tiny ounces of gold. Yeah, this is one of my favorites, actually. Try to build these all around conviction. They're not most everything's settled in dollars. Actually, physical dollars. Most trade is. Even though it's unpopular in high finance, the reality is we still settle in physical notes, physical paper. Most people have just been so abstracted away from that settlement that they think credit is the same thing. That just, you can move dollars digitally. You can't. They are physical. There's a lot of smart people that get confused by that. And I'm sure, yeah, settlement in gold and silver happen. Actually, gold probably, not silver, but not as much, at least for large purchases of stuff. Try to make it look like my car. I'm gonna move my car over here pretty soon.
3:48.
And I'm gonna drive with the
AM.
IRL camera.
Something
And I wanted to
changed.
play this at the same time.
Not much. Just enough.
Because I can take this exact route that I animated.
There's a tone behind the noise now, like it's tuning itself. No alert, no headline. Just the kind of shift you only catch when you've stopped waiting for one. Beat.
I forgot to edit that part out. Like, it's edited out
The amateurs won't
in
notice.
another version of this video.
Not yet,
There's some small mistakes.
but I've felt this before. The way an idea starts to breathe before it speaks. The way a price twitches before it runs. It's not conviction anymore. It's alignment. The chart and the gut moving in the same direction.
Yeah, it is. I'm sad I don't have my car here, so I can't drive right now. But that was my idea. I wanted to combine all the IRL stuff with the things I animated.
4:32 a.m. Now they notice. Now it's exciting. But I've been here, they laughed when I moved. Now they run to catch what's already gone.
They minted.
Everyone wants in, not because they believe, but because they're scared to miss.
Yeah.
They don't ask how I knew, they ask how to copy it. Didn't wait for permission, just moved, clean, cold, early.
There's been a lot of whale activity.
They show up with noise, but there was silence once.
A lot of
No one
stable coins
cared,
moving
still.
around.
It moved. Still it grew. Now they scramble, rebrand, pretend. They forget the doubt, the mockery, but memory doesn't fade when it was carved in isolation. No need for their praise, just needed them to see it run. And now it does. Not because of them, but despite them. It was built through doubt while they waited on headlines. They don't want the truth, just the glow. But this doesn't glow for them. It burns through noise. "4:58 a.m. There's always a drop-off, not a crash, just a drift. The sound fades, the lights thin out, and the ones who were never real start slipping away. No drama, just absence. Some never cared what this meant. They cared that it moved. They came for heat, not the fire. And when the glow dimmed, so did their interest. That's not betrayal. That's misalignment. They never needed this. They needed a moment, a wave to stand on, a name to echo, as long as it echoed back. The hurt doesn't come from being used, it comes from realizing who never stood with you. You remember the comments, the questions that weren't questions, the praise that was really doubt. And now they're gone. No message, no exit, just quiet. And maybe that's the gift, because belief doesn't need proof, but it remembers who looked away.
Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. I'm gonna log off now. But I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, this week should be interesting. See if we can break out against alts for real. We had a week to digest that crazy sell-off. Very low open interest. Very low funding rates. The charts seem aligned. V recovers are super statistically unlikely, but yeah, we should be. I think there's a good chance this week and the next one. We break out against alts first, and hold this level, and then as everything else recovers towards the end of the month into the next, we full send. Next six months, I think. 5, really. If we can move up this month, we're gonna run into a 9 on the monthly in March. And if there's gonna be a blow off, I think it does happen around then. So let's see. Alright, Andrew, appreciate you as well. Appreciate you always coming in here. Thanks for all the support. Good night. Oh yeah, I'll bring back I was trying those for a while, the 24/7 streams. I need to restructure it a bit because I would lose people and I felt like it was tough. Like people never knew when to tune in. But I'll bring it back once we get a higher time frame breakout. We have way more to talk about and we have more people. I don't have to feel weird about repeating the same things over and over again. So it'll be easier for me to be alive when it's more when volatility is here. So I'll just keep it on overnight and then probably just be here most of the day. And yeah, cycle through the playlist. I've got like, I don't know, maybe 20 hours of stuff, so it should never get old.